The news alerts flash across our screens, each more alarming than the last. Port paralysis! One screams in bold type. Another declares, trade war grinds us economy to a halt. This is the reality today, May 28, 2025, as a staggering 145% tariff on Chinese goods, a policy enacted by President Trump, sends shockwaves through the American economy. The Port of Los Angeles, once a symbol of bustling global commerce, now stands as a stark monument to this escalating trade dispute. Major news outlets from Axios to Bloomberg to the Los Angeles Times have been sounding the alarm for weeks. The data coming in daily only reinforces the severity of the situation. Dock workers face dwindling shifts, truck drivers see their cargo loads vanish, and small business owners stare at empty shelves and uncertain futures. As we stand here on May 28, 2025, the full impact is still being calculated, but the initial tremors of this trade earthquake are already being felt across communities. It wasn't long ago that the Port of Los Angeles was a vibrant, almost living entity, a testament to American economic power and global interconnectedness. Imagine towering cranes like giant steel giraffes, gracefully lifting containers day and night. Picture an endless parade of massive cargo ships sailing into the harbor, laden with goods from across the Pacific. Trucks rumbled in and out in a constant stream, a symphony of commerce. Thousands of workers, the lifeblood of this operation, moved with purpose, their efforts ensuring that products reach shelves in factories across the country. Now, a chilling transformation has occurred. That once relentless hum of activity has faded into an eerie, unsettling silence. Many of the towering cranes stand motionless, silhouetted against the California sky like forgotten sentinels. The vast container yards, usually stacked high with colorful boxes, now show large empty patches of asphalt. The constant flow of trucks has dwindled to a trickle. Port officials are reporting a staggering 35% reduction in overall port activity. The psychological toll on the thousands of men and women who built their careers at this port is immense. The central cause of this dramatic slowdown is clear: a colossal 145% import tariff imposed on a wide array of Chinese goods. This is not a subtle tweak to trade policy. It's a financial barrier of unprecedented height, implemented by President Trump's administration. This tariff effectively makes many Chinese products prohibitively expensive for American importers, leading to canceled orders and a sharp decline in shipments. The shockwaves from this decision are reverberating through every link in the supply chain, from manufacturers in China to consumers in the United States. The stated political motivations behind these tariffs are multifaceted, according to the administration. A primary goal is to address the long-standing trade imbalance between the US and China. Another key objective is the protection of domestic US industries, with the aim of encouraging manufacturing to return to American shores and create jobs at home. However, this approach is not without significant criticism and vocal opposition. Many economists and trade experts have warned that such aggressive tariffs could backfire, leading to retaliatory measures, increased costs for American businesses and consumers, and damage to US competitiveness. It's also important to note that these tariffs on Chinese goods are part of a broader pattern, including a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, and 10% tariffs on imports from dozens of other countries. The most immediate and quantifiable impact of these tariffs is the sheer volume of goods caught in the crossfire. An estimated $14 billion worth of cargo is currently in limbo. This isn't just a logistical headache, it represents a significant financial shock to the system, with billions of dollars in commercial activity suddenly frozen or lost entirely, disrupting businesses large and small. This disruption in trade translates directly and painfully into job losses and economic insecurity for American workers. Dock workers, who load and unload the ships, are facing drastically reduced hours and layoffs. Truck drivers, who transport goods from the ports to warehouses and retailers, find themselves with fewer loads and declining incomes. Railway operators and warehouse staff are also feeling the pinch as the flow of goods diminishes. The ripple effect is spreading, creating a climate of uncertainty and hardship for families and communities that depend on the steady rhythm of international commerce. The types of goods affected by these tariffs and the resulting slowdown are items that fill American homes and power American industries. The disruption to the supply chains for these goods creates bottlenecks, raises costs, and ultimately impacts the availability of products on store shelves. The consequences of the port slowdown and the tariffs extend far beyond the docks, deeply affecting U.S. businesses and ultimately, consumers. Retailers across the country are grappling with out-of-stock issues as expected shipments fail to arrive. They face a difficult choice: either absorb the dramatically higher costs imposed by the 145% tariff, which slashes their profit margins, or pass these increases on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Smaller businesses in particular are reported to be struggling more significantly than large corporations, as they often lack the financial reserves or the leverage to stockpile goods in anticipation of such disruptions. China, the direct target of these tariffs, has not remained passive. Chinese factories that heavily relied on U.S. orders are reportedly halting production lines previously dedicated to U.S.-bound goods. More strategically, China is actively and aggressively seeking alternative markets for its exports. Reports indicate a concerted effort to strengthen trade ties and increase exports to countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The broader implications for global trade are profound and deeply worrying. The future of U.S.-China relations, the stability of global supply chains, and the economic well-being of millions hang in the balance.